Policy enforcement got me pulled over for no reason. Grand Rising, cuz. Got Moorish American tags on my plate. Got a flag right there.
Did you hear what he just said? He just said the policy enforcers are pulling him over for no reason, and then turns around and says and admits that he has Moorish American plates on his vehicle. Excuse me, sir. Your Moorish American tags are the reason you are being pulled over. When will these Moorish individuals learn?
My plate say Moorish American National on there. Got the Moorish American flag right there in the window. It's obvious I'm traveling in my capacity, in my sovereign, in my status, my proper status.
How you doing?
I'm doing well.
I can't hear you.
I said, I'm doing well. What's your name?
I can't hear you.
I said, I'm doing well. What's your name?
Sergeant Renneker.
Who?
Right there.
Renneker?
Yeah.
Okay, and what's your badge number?
I'm sorry to hear you, man.
What's your badge number?
328.
328?
Yes. What can I
Okay.
do for you?
Okay, basically,
I can't hear you with the window. Can you blow it just a little bit?
you can hear me. You can hear me.
Okay, can you speak up then?
Basically, your officer pulled me over. He hasn't given me valid reason for pulling me over. I
You
haven't
did. You
broken
don't
any
have a
laws.
valid license plate.
I'm not in your jurisdiction. I'm
You
Moorish
don't have
American.
a valid
It's
license
obvious.
plate in the state of Indiana in the United States of America.
I am not a citizen of the United States of America.
But you still have to follow the laws of this country and this
Those
state.
are statutes and codes and not laws.
What's
You're
that?
violating the Treaty of Peace and
No,
Friendship.
you can't live in a place and just not want to follow
You're
the
living
laws.
in a you're
That's a
you're
law.
living in a place.
That's a law in this country.
Officer, you're policy enforcer. You're living in a place.
I understand your spiel, but that's not
This is
that's
my
not
land.
the law.
This is our land.
You
I'm
don't,
original
you
to
don't have
this
a valid
land.
plate.
You are a
You
business.
do need to identify
I don't have to
yourself,
be-
or you may be arrested.
I don't have to be in your jurisdiction. I'm not in your jurisdiction.
Then you should move to a jurisdiction that you want to follow those laws.
This is my land.
To another
Those
country.
are statutes and codes and not laws.
Right.
If
If
y'all
you
don't
live in this country,
y'all don't run
in
this place.
state, you have to follow the laws in this country and this state.
I don't live in this state. I
You
live
do.
in my body.
It doesn't matter if you travel anywhere in this country.
I'm traveling.
you
Exactly
have
what
to
you
follow
said.
it.
I have a right to travel.
Yes, you do.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
Unhindered. Unhindered.
Unless you violate the
violating-
law, and then you
And
have,
I'm not violating a law.
You are. You don't have a
No,
valid
I don't.
license plate in the state of Indiana.
I don't have to have a valid
Yes, you do.
Indiana license plate. I'm not a
Everybody that
citizen.
drives in the United States
I am not.
and in this
I'm not
state.
in the United States.
I'm not going to argue with you. That's
I'm
the
not
law.
arguing either. I'm not in the United
You
States.
can argue that with your attorney in court.
You see, the officer is 100% correct with everything that he just explained to this Moorish gentleman. The problem with these Moorish sovereign citizens, aka Moorish Americans, is they buy into this ideology where somebody has sold them a dream and told them that this is their land and that they don't have to follow the rules, and they believe it and just suck it up. And when they actually face reality, it's hard for them to come to grips with being wrong with everything that they believe. Hence, belief. What you believe doesn't make it true. Any smart individual knows that when you are traveling in a country, whether you're a citizen of that country or not, you have to abide by the rules. These more sovereign citizens think that by stating they're not citizens, that they don't have to abide by the rules. but then at the same time want to quote the Constitution and claim how their constitutional rights are being violated. You can't have it both ways. That is not how it works. When you are traveling on the roads in any of the 50 states, your car must be registered the correct way. You must have insurance, and you must have a valid driver's license to drive a motor vehicle. And the whole I'm traveling and not driving thing is absolutely ridiculous, because you are actually doing both. You are traveling, and how you are traveling is driving. The driving part is what's enabling you to travel. So it's not one or the other. It is actually both. What you are doing to travel is driving an automobile. Point blank, period. That is not nothing that is debatable, and it's just that simple.
And for one, it's a civil matter. It's not even a criminal matter.
Refusing to
If you sit
identify
here and try to
yourself on the
violate me,
violation is a criminal matter.
I don't have to identify to you.
You do.
No, I don't. No, I don't.
In the state of Indiana, you do.
I'm not in the state of Indiana.
You are in the state of Indiana.
Nah,
Yes,
I'm
you
not.
did.
I'm not in your jurisdiction.
You are. So you need to A, provide him with identification and your registration. And if you
I
don't,
haven't done anything. I haven't
either
violated any law.
verbally or
I haven't
by a
broken
state
any.
ID.
I haven't broken any
and
laws.
if you don't,
What
then
law
you
did I
can be
break?
arrested.
What law did I break?
I just told you twice. I'm not
You
going to
didn't
keep
tell me
arguing
about a
and
law.
showing
You telling me
I told
about
you.
statutes and codes. I
don't
have a right.
have a
I have a
valid plate.
God-given right to travel.
You don't have a
I have a
valid plate.
God-given right to travel.
Yes, you do.
This is law.
Everybody does.
Thank you.
But
So
you
it's
have
law.
to follow the laws in this state and in this country.
No.
You don't have a valid
follow
license
God's
plate,
laws.
and you have to
I follow
identify
God's
yourself
laws,
either
nature's
verbally
law.
or
I
by
follow
an
God's law,
identification.
nature's law.
I'm not going to argue this.
I'm
That
not
is the
arguing.
law.
I'm not arguing. I'm just speaking facts. It's not an argument. I'm
If I
speaking
go
facts.
in another country, I have to follow those laws.
This is not your country.
It's not my.
You're
It's
a-
our valid
you're-
country.
No, it's not.
Yes. Okay.
You're from Europe.
No, I'm not.
You're Caucasian. You're from Europe.
These Moorish sovereign citizens are straight up fools. He's telling this man that he doesn't have the right to stop him because he is Caucasian and he's from Europe. Excuse me, sir, but what in the doohickey are you talking about? How does that even make any sense? He's Caucasian, he's from Europe. Okay, your ancestors are from Africa. So now where do you go after that? Like, you bringing up where he's supposedly from has no relevance to what he's doing here. He is an officer of the law, and they are pulling you over. Where his ancestors came from has nothing to do with nothing. So why you bring it up, I have no idea. You guys are fools.
No,
What
it's
is
not.
your nationality?
Okay, you're from
What is your
Europe,
nationality?
You're from Europe too.
No, I'm not. I'm
The
from
only
here.
people that are native here are the native Indians. So anyway,
Moorish
I'm not
Americans.
I don't care about that.
Moorish
Yeah.
Americans.
The Moors originated in Africa, Europe, and Asia.
We're all over the place.
I know.
We're all over the world.
Europeans as well.
I'm original
Anyway,
here.
you need to identify yourself, and you need to give him.
I did. I'm Moorish
information.
American.
Huh?
I'm a Moor. I'm
You
Moorish
have to give him
American.
your information and your plate number.
If I violated a law,
You did.
then that'd be one thing.
have.
But I haven't.
Well, right now you
There's no
violated
injured
an
party.
ordinance.
There's no injured
If
party
you
or
refuse
none
to
of that.
identify yourself, then you will be
Who's
violating
injured?
the law.
Who's in-
Okay, so the officer is simply trying to tell this Moorish fool that he needs to identify himself, meaning produce some type of identification. And this Moorish sovereign citizen has the nerve to say he did identify himself by saying that he's a Moor. They think that it's just that simple, just by saying, "Hey, I'm a Moor," that's it. The officers are supposed to leave them alone after that. I don't know where they get this foolishness from, but they are so wrong, and they love to be wrong and strong with it. And then he has the nerve to actually film this encounter. He doesn't realize that he's making a complete fool of himself. Now, granted, him filming it is actually beneficial for us, the audience, but he doesn't realize that he is making a complete fool of himself with the nonsense that he is spouting.
injured?
What's that?
Who's injured?
Instance?
Who's injured? Did I injure somebody?
In the state of Indiana and the United States of America.
Well, let Indiana, the state of Indiana,
If
speak
you
for
don't
herself.
If you don't like the laws, move somewhere
Let
where there's more
Indiana
suit
speak
your
for herself.
lifestyle. I'm just telling you, that's the way it is.
If you want to run things, move to Europe.
What else can
or
I do
wherever
for
you're
you?
from, Germany, wherever you're from.
You?
You're not doing anything.
You asked to stop the supervisor on my
You're violating.
What can I do
You're
to help
violating my God-given rights.
What
is
can I
you're doing.
do to assist you? And no, I am not.
You can honor your oath. You can honor.
I am.
The treaty.
I am 100%.
Of peace and friendship. You can honor that. And not sit here and try to
you need to honor the laws of this state and this country. And I
haven't broken any laws.
Is there anything else I can assist you with?
We're not arguing. I haven't broken any laws. I do not wish to contract with you. I do not wish to contract with you.
Okay.
I haven't done anything wrong.
Cooperate with the officer, please, so that you don't have to do anything more.
Cooperate how? What are you talking about?
Give him your information and identify yourself. That's the law.
Anyway. He's sitting here violating my rights. Like I said, I haven't broken any laws. You're trying to tell me about statutes and codes of the United States of America.
Sir, you got your driver's license with you? Or ID?
I've told you before.
I'm Moorish American.
I am Moorish American. I haven't broken any laws.
Well, you asked for a supervisor. I have one.
Right.
So I think he explained everything to you.
So this Moorish sovereign citizen gets pulled over for not having proper license plates on his vehicle, and of course he goes to the Moorish sovereign citizen playbook by not cooperating with the initial officer and then asks for a supervisor. Now, the first guy he was just speaking to was the supervisor, and it's just ridiculous that these Moorish sovereign citizens love requesting a supervisor as if the supervisor is going to see things their way. Now, we just saw him going back and forth with the supervisor, and it got him absolutely nowhere, because the supervisors that come on the scene are never going to side with the sovereign citizen. So it is actually pointless, and you're just trying to buy time by requesting a supervisor. No supervisor is going to come on the scene and see things your way. No supervisor is going to listen to your nonsense and be like, hey, you know what? This guy is right. Just let him go. No, not in the real world, buddy. So now that you've heard from the supervisor, give the officer some identification. Identify yourself. And identifying yourself by just saying I'm a Moor isn't what they're talking about, silly.
Yeah, he's displaying what he's displaying.
Is it that deep to go where
I don't wish to contract with you. I don't wish to contract with you.
What's that?
I don't wish to contract with you.
I can't hear you.
I do not want to contract with you. I haven't violated any laws.
Well, you are aware, as I told you before the sergeant got here, that you can go to jail for refusal to identify if it's a traffic stop.
I'm not refusing to identify
I want to
about
verify
nothing.
that your license is
Those
valid.
are statutes and codes.
Okay, he's refusing.
Those are statutes and codes. Right here, I've given you notice. I've sent this to the IMPD.
Okay.
I've sent this to the sheriff's office. I've sent this to the state police, to the Bureau of Motor Vehicles, to the Department of Transportation. I am exercising my right to travel. This is affidavit.
You want me to show it to
This is affidavit. Yeah, I got plenty of copies.
You want me to show
That's
it?
an affidavit showing that I have a right to travel unhindered.
Okay.
And what's your name? What's your name?
It's Trimble. Did you say he can have a copy?
Yeah.
Okay.
I've given all these your corporate
I gave him
numbers. Corporate policy enforcers.
Okay.
The department.
I didn't hear what all you
I sent that to.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Y'all's department.
Okay.
Giving notice, a lawful notice. You did not rebut your department did not rebut my affidavit.
Wow. So these Moorish sovereign citizens are some of the most delusional people on the planet. So this Moorish fool sent some Moorish paperwork to the police department, and in his mind, because they didn't rebut the nonsense that he sent them, he thinks he's scot-free to just roam around the state and break whatever law he wants. This guy is a nutcase, and he belongs in a mental facility, and this is the after effects of the brain or Moorish science. It produces a bunch of nonsense. This is an absolute joke that he actually thinks because the police department didn't quote unquote rebut his Moorish paperwork, he can now roam around the city and break whatever laws he wants. This guy is living in a complete fantasy world.
I gave him the copy of. I gave the officer the copy of it.
Okay.
So,
and what's your badge number?
Is that my copy?
What is your badge number?
I don't know my badge number. My ID number is T0617.
Okay. And what is your name?
You are being reported too.
And
Officer
what is your
Greer.
name? Officer
So
who?
what we're going to do
Officer
is we're
who?
going to probably get you out of the car, and if you resist, we don't want that.
What-
You can go to
what
jail
is
right
your
now
name?
for a misdemeanor.
I'm asking you your name.
I just verbally told you this is the second time,
And
Officer
what is your
Greer.
badge number?
I don't know my badge number.
What is your number?
I don't know my badge number. I got a supervisor here. I'm Officer Greer. I work East District day shift. So do you want to go that route? I don't.
What I would do is this right here. I gave you your affidavit.
Right, that's my copy.
So,
right?
in order for me not to be beaten or anything else that you might do,
Well, you're
I will
insinuating
show
something.
you that I'm traveling in my proper capacity. I do not have to contract with the United States
so
Corporation.
With this, if I get a record here, I'm going to tow your car. Then you're going to have to get out. I don't want to do
What
that.
I'm saying is, I do not have to contract with you. This right here is my nationality card.
Let me see it.
This is my nationality
So
card.
is that
Hold
your
on,
info
and
on
wait
that?
a minute. But beyond that, before I give you my nationality card, this is my allodial travel card.
Well, I don't know what that is. Let me see it.
You serious?
Is this my
That's
copy or
a,
a gift
international. No, I want that back. That's an international, showing that I can travel anywhere in the world.
He says he can travel anywhere.
That's a God-given right to travel.
Well, didn't the sergeant explain that if you're on a public street?
Take a picture. What's your name and date of birth? You can provide that verbally.
Everything, my information is right there on the card. He just got.
Okay, well that's. I don't think that. I think it's made up.
These officers are totally owning this Moorish sovereign citizen. He just presented an allodial Moorish travel card and a nationality card, and the officer just said, "Hey, I think that's made up," and he's absolutely right. There's no legitimacy to that card. You buy one of these Moorish nationality cards from the internet, you can literally put whatever name and date of birth on the card because the people who make these cards do not vet the information. So you can literally just put anything. So an officer is not going to take your nationality card as if it's a valid piece of identification. These Moorish sovereign citizens are so brain dead, it's not even funny.
Nah, it's not made up.
It is.
It's perfectly legit, lawful.
I think the fuck not, you trick ass bitch.
Yes, it is.
Okay.
I do not wish to contract with you guys. I don't have to contract with you guys.
You don't have to
I'm not a second-class citizen. None of that.
No, nobody said you would.
I don't have to
None of
contract
us
with
are
y'all.
second-class citizens.
I don't have to contract with y'all.
You're not contracting with us. You just have to follow the laws in this state and in this country.
If you're speaking on laws,
That's the same.
I have
That's the
every-
same for everybody.
the United Nations rights of indigenous people states that I have a right to a nationality. I have proclaimed my nationality.
Okay. That's for the Moorish state. That's not recognized in this country. Those laws are for something else.
Nah, it's not for something else.
The Moorish
it's
state
for
doesn't
indigenous.
even have their own
It's for
country
indigenous
anymore.
people, and I'm indigenous, and it shows that, and it states that on what I just gave you, that affidavit.
What country do the Moors have? What country are they?
This Moorish Americans. This is our country.
No,
it's not even a country.
No, this
it's
is
not even a country.
This is the United States.
Northwest
of
Mexico. North America.
Yeah.
That's what this is.
And you have to follow
Morocco.
the laws on this country.
Morocco. This ain't no United States. United States is on paper.
Morocco's a plastic.
United States is on paper. United States is on paper.
Hey, sir, so we ran the VIN, which is the identification number. What do you say? Hey, so the VIN's not coming back to the truck. Come back to you?
That doesn't even make sense what you just said. That doesn't even make sense what you just said.
What's that?
What you just said don't even make sense.
Yeah, I can't hear you.
Now they playing, I can't hear you. You hear me? Y'all still haven't stated any law that I broke.
Is this your business or you work for them?
I dissolved it. It's not a business.
You dissolved it?
It's not a business.
So you don't have a business? It's no longer a business?
It's dissolved.
Okay.
So I'm not traveling in a commercial capacity, if that's what you're insinuating.
I just asked the question.
I'm just using my God-given right to travel.
Is this a valid phone number?
I already asked for a supervisor. Supervisor's supposedly here. And he act like he don't recognize.
Mr. Stigler.
My name is not Mr. Stigler.
Okay, here's what we're going to do. The officer's going to issue a summons because you're suspended prior on your license and your vehicle will be towed. You won't be arrested today if you cooperate with it.
My name is not Mr. Stigler.
Okay.
It's Abdullah Bay.
We have your picture and your information, so he's going to issue a summons, and then we're going to tow the vehicle. So, and then because you don't have a valid plate. So if you just be patient, he'll get the paperwork filled out, and we'll get stuff rolling for you and get you out of here as soon as possible.
So they choosing to continue to violate my rights, God-given rights. Take a picture of all my tools in here because everything needs to be in here when I get back. Got tools all in my bucket. Construction tools. Got my bumper on the back of there for my other ride to get fixed. Little cracker's trying to play with me.
I am cornholio. My bunghole, it goes.
saw my allodial travel card, which has my appellation on it, and he tries to call me something else. He trying to identify me as somebody else.
Hey, do you want me? Here's your ID back. You want me to explain everything to you? What's going on? And we're towing your vehicle.
I can understand you're violating my rights. It's obvious.
What's that?
It's obvious you're violating my rights.
Okay, well, you have every right to complain on me, and you have every right to do what you got to do. I got a sergeant here.
I absolutely
Mr.
will.
Stigler, or what's your last name?
You saw it. It's Abdullah Bey.
Oh, I can't pronounce that. Abdullah Bey?
You just refuse to.
Bey?
But it's fine. I don't need your name coming out my mouth
you want me
anyway.
to explain the summons to you? This is a misdemeanor. Yeah, you're being recorded too.
I don't care.
Would you like me to explain the summons to you?
Explain.
Okay. So you're getting a summons for driving while suspended. I'm putting a hold on your truck. You will not be able to get your truck until you get valid plate. Been expired for over a year, 2 years. And you're also getting a ticket for failure to register your vehicle.
Now look at that, ladies and gentlemen. It clearly doesn't pay to be a Moorish sovereign citizen. This fool is about to have his car towed, and he's going to receive 3 tickets. So it's obviously costing him more money than if he would have just did things the correct way the first time. Ladies and gentlemen, learn your lesson from this Moorish sovereign citizen. None of that Moorish crap works. You see, he gave him his allodial travel card, his nationality card, and the officers weren't accepting any of it. So don't waste your time and your money ordering any of those cards from any of these Moorish publications that pump this stuff as if it is an actual legitimate piece of identification. Use this video as a reference. You see, none of that stuff works. Keep your money in your pocket.
Do you have any other questions? I can't hear you.
I don't answer questions.
You don't answer questions?
I'm done answering.
Well, I want to make sure that I get everything explained to you, because I don't want you to leave and not understand what happened.
Violate my rights in this
Okay.
obvious.
So what we're going to do is we're going to have your car towed. You need to have the keys.
Stuff with him.
I'm not taking you to jail, but like
He can take his property.
you can go to jail right now. I'm not going to take you to jail. I'm giving you a summons.
You don't put no fear in me, man.
What's
I'm
that?
gonna grab my little tools out of here. You ain't putting fear in me, man.
No, I'm just telling you what can happen. You wanted me to explain everything, so I am.
I don't put fear in me. I do not wish to contract in this on record.
Okay.
Public record.
Do you want this, or you want to put it in your car? Your
Why would I
summons.
want that?
Okay.
I don't want to contract
Easy
with y'all.
answer. So I'm putting it right there on your passenger seat.
You're littering in my truck.
Okay. Well, I'm sorry. Go ahead and get your valuables out of your truck. And everything's being recorded, so we'll record all your tools in
Absolutely.
your truck. and
Absolutely.
everything. Exactly.
Absolutely.
Right.
Absolutely.
Right.
Yeah, I would probably.
Can you move that so I can see your name?
I already told you my name
still
twice.
like to
it's
have
on
some
there.
And it's on the piece
It's
of
on
paper.
there. It's on the paper.
Right.
It's on the paper.
Okay.
So we need to start moving.
All right, I'm about to get out.
Yeah,
I'm
please.
getting out. Moorish American tags. Got every right to ride on them. I'm just gonna get that on there too. They violate my rights.
If you go down to the 50 South Alabama, 40 South Alabama, and they can get it from you.
We have another Moorish sovereign pulled over for fake Moorish internet license plates. And as you can see, the cop is literally unscrewing the license plates and is probably going to throw them in the garbage. To all future sovereigns looking to get into this movement, take a look at this video. Do not waste your money on these internet license plates. They are not legal. You might possibly even go to jail. So just don't waste your money. Use this video as a reference and save yourself the heartache.
What would be the purpose of all that? Taking my property to go get it somewhere else.
I don't know if you guys heard what the sovereign just said, but he said, what would be the purpose of taking my property? The purpose is your license plates are not legitimate, so they are going to take them and throw them in the trash compactor, sir.
And where's the location that I can pick my property up?
15 North Alabama. Do you know where the city county building is?
Yes, I do.
You go down, you present proper ID, and they'll give it back to you.
That is my proper ID is Moorish ID.
Well, good luck with that.
That is my proper ID is Moorish ID.
Okay, so it's abundantly clear that this Moorish sovereign might not ever get his car back. The officer just told him to go down to the precinct with proper ID, and he's claiming that his Moorish ID is proper ID. And of course, it is not. So, what I get from this is that this sovereign might only have Moorish ID. So you know what, bud? If that's the only ID you have, if Moorish ID is the only ID you have, you're probably never gonna get your card back. So good luck trying to use your Moorish nationality card ID at the precinct, because I'm 100% sure that they will not accept that as a proper piece of identification, and you will not be getting your vehicle back.
That is my proper ID is Moorish ID.
It will be, it's a safekeeping at the Many County Property Division.
Well, the video ends there, and I'm assuming this Moorish sovereign went home and got his real ID, because if not, he's never getting his vehicle back, because his Moorish ID just isn't gonna cut it, unfortunately for him. Alright, I'll check you guys on the next video.